Hi, this is Joe. This is a review of the Tomore Mini Pro hearing aids. These are small in-ear hearing aids that are relatively inexpensive. I'm going to turn my head so you can actually see what it looks like when I'm wearing one. And you can see that in my ear. So they're not as invisible as some of the smaller ones, but they are indeed relatively small. And the pricing is quite good. They're under $300, and the sound quality is adequate. I think that most people that have a slight hearing problem will find that they're useful. A few features that they have, they're very, very simple. They have a button. I don't know if you could see it or not. There's a removal thread, which is right about there, and there's a little button, and you press that button, and that changes the sound level. And if you hold it, it changes between two different programs that either reduce the amount of ambient noise or just operate normally. One of the things that I was a little bit surprised about them is they didn't quite have as good a three-dimensional directional feel to them that I found with other in-ear, and I believe that that's because they sit a little bit out from the ear canal than some of the others. But nonetheless, I don't think most people are going to find that to be problematic. The only place that I really found that is I'm sitting watching a movie and Dolby Atmos, and it's kind of flying around me, and there's not quite the same effect that you would get otherwise. But then again, if you're listening to it with a home theater, maybe you're not going to use them anyway because there's plenty of volume to be had. They work relatively well in a restaurant, putting the noise reduction feature on, and also they get plenty loud. So I think that most people will find that unless you have pretty strong moderate hearing loss, there's plenty of volume to be had with them. There are some occlusion effects, so you don't get deep bass. So if you're listening, for example, with headphones, which I always test them, because you want to make sure you can use them when using the phone. With headphones, they work just fine. Listening to music, they don't quite have the oomph in the bass. Other than that, they're extremely simple. The pricing is good. I think that if you want to try a hearing aid and aren't quite ready to spend $700-800 or more on hearing aids, these are a good place to start. For less than $300, you can get a hearing aid. I'm going to actually pull one out right now, just so you can see what it looks like. Sorry, it's new to me. So there's one right there. It sounds a little funny to me right now because I'm a hearing aid user. I need them to hear. So it's pretty small. And they go into the case very easily. I'm going to bring the case up, and they just slide in, just pop in there. And then you can see it's showing it's charging. And right now there's about 89% of charge inside the case. You can see the case is quite small. It's pocketable, which I find very useful because I like to take them out sometimes and just not have them in, just because sometimes my ears get bothered by hearing aids. So therefore I can just pop them out, pop them in there, give my ears a little bit of a break, and still have them with me. And the nice part is that there's a battery in the case. The case starts charging them up. USB-C connector to charge the case, and you're all set. Also, they are color-coded. So the other one you saw was red. This one's blue. So red for right, blue for left, which is pretty standard in the sound industry, using white or some other color for the left and red for the right channel. So that's my review of them. I would recommend them for beginner hearing aid users. They're a good place to start, again, if you want to see what a hearing aid is going to do for you, or possibly just for occasional use. Sometimes you just want to have a little bit more volume, like if you're a business meeting or something like that and you have trouble hearing people and you want to be able to get a little bit more volume for those meetings. And I remember when I was working and I kind of needed hearing aids and I didn't have them, so that's a good use as well. All right, thanks a lot. Follow me if you're interested in hearing about more. Thank you. Bye now.